Hi guys, thanks for dropping by. Welcome to the channel. Glad you can make it. We're going to do some comedy here. I guess that's a big surprise to everybody. We're going to do Women Know Your Limits. Harry Enfield. Actually, we're going to do two because these clips are a little short, so I'm going to put two of them together. There's this one, Women Know Your Limits, and the one following will be the Conjugal Rights Guide. Conjugal rights. I have to explain that to my wife. So we're going to put them together. I don't know who this guy is, and these look like old clips. I don't know if they're old clips or new clips made to look old. I'm not really sure. They look pretty old though. So like I said, this guy, Harry Enfield, never heard of him. But his clips kept popping up on my feed there, so yeah, must be something to him. They get a lot of views. What's this one? This one's got almost 7 million views. So I think I'll view it too. Maybe be one in millions. So if you like the video, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications, pass the video around. So leave a comment if you know any other bits by this guy that are funny that I can watch. And, let's get to it. All right. Let's watch.
An ordinary dinner party, the sort of occasion we all enjoy. The men are exchanging witty stories. And look at the women, aren't they pretty? Look at the way they laugh. They're delightful. But now the conversation turns to more serious matters.
I wonder if the government should return to the gold standard. I think it should. Good. Then we're all agreed.
But oh dear, what's this? One of the women is about to embarrass us all.
I think the government should stay off the gold standard so that the pound can reach a level that will keep our exports competitive.
The lady has foolishly attempted to join the conversation with a wild and dangerous opinion of her own. What half-baked drivel. See how the men look at her with utter contempt.
Daphne, we're going home.
Women, know your limits. Look at the effect of education on a man and a woman's mind. Education passes into the mind of a man. See how the information is evenly and tidily stored. Now see the same thing on a woman. At first we see a similar result. But now look, still at a reasonably low level of education, her brain suddenly overloads. She cannot take in complicated information. She becomes frantically and absurdly deranged. Look at these venomous harridans. They went to university. Hard to believe they're all under 25. Yes, overeducation leads to ugliness, premature aging, and beard growth.
Beard growth.
Now let's see the proper way.
Good. So we're all agreed. We should return to the gold standard.
Oh, I don't know anything about the gold standard, I'm afraid, but I do love little kittens. They're so soft and furry.
What a delightful thought, you dear, sweet, fragile little thing. I adore you.
Women, know your limits. In thought, be plain and simple, and let your natural sweetness shine through.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Chamberwarner. Why, you're looking a little stern today. That's because, Grayson, we're presenting today a guide to the activity involved in the successful execution of one's conjugal rights in order to produce offspring. Yes. The whole business of conjugal activity is sordid and frightful, but it is at least short. To help us illustrate conjugal obligations in an entertaining as well as informative way, we have the assistance of an attractive young lady.
Good evening, Mr. Grayson.
Good evening, Mrs. Grayson. Immediately after marrying a young lady, the tricky business begins of getting your wife to agree to go to bed.
Not too late, dear. Nearly 6:30. Is it time for Peter Rabbit and his Mrs. Tiggy Winkle to go up the wooden hill to Bedfordshire? And Weary Willie to take his tired Tim down the yellow brick road to Slumberland? For Pooh to lead his little piglet through the land of Nod and into the arms of the Sandman?
Never, never, never attempt to use strong language in front of a lady in this manner. It's indecent. In time, an atmosphere will flourish in which the conditions for conjugal unpleasantness will become possible.
Happy, darling?
Yes, darling.
Splendid.
The more foreign-minded of you might even consider sharing a bed. Remember, before you start, it's not only a stiff upper lip you're looking for. How to maintain not only a stiff upper lip. Number one, visual assistance. It may be of some help to use an assistance of a visual nature in order to encourage the gentleman's not only a stiff upper lip.
Here's a photograph of the Duchess of Arbroath without a hat on.
Most invigorating!
Number two, stimulating chat. For some partners may find it invigorating to indulge in talk of a stimulating nature during the act of unpleasantness itself.
A most stimulating chat on the home service earlier this evening, Mrs. Grayson.
Most stimulating indeed, Mr. Grayson. Who would have thought the Princess Alice bred golden retrievers?
And now that you are invigoratingly stimulated, you're ready for the act of frightfulness itself. Now it's time to have a stiff drink and get on with the ugly business in hand. As this is your first attempt at beastliness, you may have some difficulty uniting your unmentionables. Why not invent a coded language to prevent graphic references?
Is that you, Mrs. Grayson?
Yes?
Has the train arrived in Paddington yet?
No, I'm afraid it's in Colchester. Ouch.
A few final points. To many couples, a sense of humor in bed is most important. Now let's see the whole ugly process in explicit detail.
Ouch! Sorry.
So there you have it. Next week, how to achieve conjugal unpleasantness in the poorer countries of the world where the women will... for a potato.
All right. So there are a couple of short clips. Is it Harry Enfield? BBC comedy. They're kind of old-fashioned. Like I said, I don't know if they're new clips made to look old or they're actual clips. I don't think they're real clips. I think they're more modern, up to date. They're pretty funny. If I showed that to my wife there, learn your place, women. She'd show me my place, that's for sure. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Be sure to like the video if you liked it. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, which probably a good chance you're not. And, pass the video around. Sorry, I had a little flashback there. So we'll see you on the next one. Have a nice day.